Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be reviewing the Saris the Hottie 2-bike freestanding bike stand. Whether you own one bike or one too many, it can be difficult to find a way to efficiently store them. Vertical bike stands are a convenient option that allow you to store up to 2 bikes without having to do any permanent modifications, as you can easily move it around on your floor. The Saris the Hottie is the brand's take on the vertical bike stand and is a 2-bike stand with a contemporary design and clever shelving design that lets you store some of your gear right next to your bike. As far as packaging, you can see it comes in a big box. Some assembly is required as it's sold in multiple pieces. So you have the feet, the middle section, and the upper section, as well as the arms. The hardware is pretty simple, it's just bolts and a couple nuts. As far as the specs, this retails for $200. It has a freestanding design, so again, you can move it around on your floor. There's no permanent bolts. It has a 2-bike stand design and a limit of 35 pounds per bike, so you want to limit it to road bikes and hybrid bikes. It has a contemporary wood and steel construction that really makes it stand out, and a clever removable shelf, which lets you again store some gear right on there. Assembly is pretty straightforward. Most of the instructions are pictorial, but you can see the bolts really only go in one place, and here we're using the feedback reflex ratchet rather than the included Allen key, as it's a lot faster. Pretty simple to tighten everything down, and you just see the front face of the bolts on the front side, and on the back side all the nuts are hidden behind that wood, so it's really nice. The arms are just steel arms that go into 3 different spots on the bottom, so you want to play around with position, whether you want your bike horizontal or angled, depending on your geometry. Once you've selected it, you can bolt it down to secure it in place. So pretty simple to do, and you can see on the back side all the hardware is hidden. On the top, you have 2 different positions, so upper and lower. And then once you're happy with it, you can put the bolts and then tighten it down. You can see the stand fits in any standard room. And again, it's fully portable, so you can move it around. Saris also includes this nice shelf, so it can fit in the middle, bottom, or upper portion. Here you can see the fully assembled stand, and you can see really nice contemporary design with this fully wood finish, so it definitely stands out compared to other stands on the market. Now let's take a look at the fit and finish of the stand. So fully assembled, you can see it's pretty stable. You have a tripod arm design with the front being a little bit longer, so you don't have to worry about it tipping over. And then you do have the nice rubber arms as well, which won't damage your frame. Here you can see the shelf closer up, so you can add a little bit of gear on there. You can put a helmet on top. And then with all the cutouts on the rack, you can also put things like your sunglasses right in them. So it's pretty convenient, but it would have been nice if Saris offered additional shelves or other attachments to those points, as it's almost like a pegboard. So you can see you can put multiple sunglasses. However, if you try to use a hook with a bike in place, you can see there's really no way to position it without it hitting the bike. You can't put it behind it. You can't really put it in front of it, so it's kind of a bad design. You can use key rings or other things to hang off there, but it would have been really nice if you could put your helmet underneath. Here you can see a closer shot of the arm. So nice, flexible. They're not super strong, so limited to 35 pounds, but they won't damage your frame. And then here you see a shot of 2 bikes on there. So you can see both bikes are actually pretty high compared to our other rack. So it would have been nice if they had more adjustability. And you can see it depending on the size of your bike, they're pretty close to each other, so you have to be careful when you remove them. So again, I think there's one downside to this design. You have very limited arm placement, and they're both pretty high. It would have been nice if the bottom ones are lower. Taking off the bike is pretty easy though. You just pull it right off. And because you have the little shelf, you also can put your gloves or the gear right next to it, which is a nice feature. The upper one is a little bit harder to reach, so if you're a shorter person, you may not be able to even reach it. So you can see here with our large bike, we have to reach up there to really grab it and safely remove it. You'll see another shot of this from a little further away, and again, it almost hits a roof. So with our seat post being as tall as it is, you'll see it almost scrapes the top. So you do have to be careful of that. And again, this would have been alleviated if the arms were more adjustable. So while it is a pretty stand, it doesn't have the versatility of the adjustable arm design, and it limits you by placing the bikes higher and blocking some of the storage features, which are a really nice feature that could have been better placed, so you can put your helmet or other gear right there. But otherwise a nice stand, and you can see it definitely looks cool. Here we can see a quick comparison with a standard bike stand. So you see most bike stands just have a steel construction, nothing really fancy. This one even has hard rubber mounts for your bike, which can kind of mark it. So it's nice that Saris did something a little bit softer. The one nice thing about more traditional stands is you typically have full adjustability. So you can see here, it just has a clamping design. So you can really position the bikes in any position, which would have been nice here. Now let's go over the pros and cons of the Saris Hottie. What we like about it is you have a contemporary design, so nice wood and steel finish that really stands out, so it looks more like a piece of furniture rather than just a bike stand. You also have soft rubber arms at the contact point, so it won't damage your bike, and you have a lot of flexibility as far as the angle. Also, you have a nice premium build quality and stable design, so you don't have to worry about this tipping over as you're putting a bike on or removing it. The main negatives with the stand is the fact that you do have high bike placement. The arms have limited position, so you end up putting the bikes pretty high up. It would have been nice if it was more adjustable or a clamping design. Also, the shelf hook on the shelves are really hard to use with two bikes. Your helmet ends up hitting your bike, so it would have been nice if they repositioned it. And Saris does not offer any additional shelves, which is a feature that would have been really nice. If they had more shelves or hooks, you could really put all your gear in one place. Taking everything into account, would give the stand an 8.4 out of 10. It's a really contemporary, great looking stand, but lacks the versatility of other designs. Thanks for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see more content from us on our website at thesweetcyclist.com, as well as follow us on Instagram at thesweetcyclist. This is The Sweet Cyclist reminding you to enjoy the ride.